at night always made him uneasy. Shrewd, adjective, clever, sharp, being smart, and making good choices. The shrewd detective quickly pieced together the clues and solved the mystery before anyone else could.
Thank you so much. So outstanding it means when you do very good, extremely good, very good, um, in either it could be either school, work, anything that you're doing, maybe even um, as a student, when you put in so much of your time um, to study and do your homework, stay on top of your schoolwork, you'll succeed well, especially in your on your test. And because of that, you probably might be getting perfect all the time, and that's like outstanding because you're doing really well. You're not really behind class where you're confused about certain materials. So outstanding is someone who is extremely good, someone who's very good. Peculiar means something that is strange or odd. So in that sentence, it says the peculiar sound coming from the attic late at night always made him uneasy because it could probably be like a creak on the attic, in the attic, or it could be like a ghost. Let's not say there's ghosts, but like something that's doesn't sound normal to them. That's why it sounds so in that sentence, it sounds like there's something strange or something that doesn't seem right that's coming from the attic. Shrewd is another word for someone who is smart, who is clever is another word for smart, who is good at making choices. So usually they'll use shrewd for when shrewd didn't really use in a lot of sentences, but like instead of wanting to use clever or sharp or being smart, you can use shrewd to, make your sentence sound much better because you're using much more, like you're not using the same words all the time in your sentences. Okay. Do you have any questions, Austin? Okay, so you have about 5 minutes to write a paragraph uh, with these three words in your paragraph. Welcome to class, April. So we're going over, well, Austin's right now writing a paragraph. Um, so you can go ahead and read the meaning, sorry, the definition and the sentences there, and you can write a paragraph as well when you're ready. So April, outstanding means something that is extremely something that is usually someone who is extremely good at something, whether it is at school, your work, or anything that you do. It's another word instead of saying extremely good, you can use the word outstanding in your sentences. For peculiar, it means something that is strange or odd, so something that is not this like something that's not usual to you, something that does not seem right to you. So in that sentence, you'll see that the peculiar sound coming from the attic late at night always made him uneasy. So because there could have been some kind of creak or a noise in the attic that didn't sound like something that was normal that they normally hear, and like at night they hear the strange sound, so it could be like either there's like a creak in the attic, there could be even an animal in the attic or like a ghost, for example. So something that doesn't seem right, something that seems strange or odd. And then shrewd is something usually you it's like another word for clever, being smart, um, or someone who can make good choices. So usually, what I was telling Austin was instead of using like the simple words that you would normally use, you wanna make sure that you're using like the words that you're learning through this class. Um, you replace them with the simpler, most common words that you would use in your sentences. So shrewd again is something is someone who's clever, or like sharp, meaning they're very they're very smart. Um, they know how to make good choices, and yes, that's about it. Okay, so if you have any questions, let me know. If not, you have about 2 minutes to write a paragraph. If you can't finish your paragraph within the 2 minutes, that's okay. We'll just take up what you have written down. So April, when you're ready, you can submit your paragraph. If you are still writing one. So Austin, in regards to your paragraph, very good job with your writing. Just a few corrections, instead of saying got, because got is a pretty much very, it's a word that we use all the time. You want to use something that's maybe something, another synonym for got. So another word for got is received, because you received that mark on that test. And then here, were not is not the proper grammar for this sentence. You would want to say wasn't. And then instead of saying a lot of food to get, you would say much food available. And then just as part as afterwards. Okay, do you have any questions with the corrections I've made? Okay, if not, then I'm going to just mark April's before we move on. So just give me a few minutes here. So good job, April, with your sentence or paragraph as well, sorry. So just a few corrections. Instead of, saying today our class has a new student and then period, her name is Mary, you can still add it as a comma and then say named Mary because it's a part of that same introductory of the paragraph or the sentence that you're writing. Um, Here, she's very peculiar and always likes to stay alone by herself. So you're already saying that she's by herself. So you don't have to say stay and alone at the same time. You can say likes to stay by herself. You never start your sentence with a but. So you'll say, however, Mary is very shrewd. In every exam, she receives an outstanding mark in the class. And then because it's past tense you're writing, it's we asked with the ed, her, and you're not going to put, what is it? I forgot the word for this. So you wouldn't use this symbol, you would actually use a comma, and then you put your abbreviations. Why are you not that strange, but so strange? And then instead of saying says, you can say she explained, because so she's pretty much telling you guys and explaining to you why she's acting weird and why she's acting odd. And you say she explained that she has no mother, so not in the spare time because it's her time that she's doing this. You would say in her spare time, not she will. Again, not present, it's past. So she thinks about her. Okay. Do you have any questions in regards to the corrections I've made?
No.
Okay, so we're gonna move on to the next slide. So April, can I have you read annual and belowy for us? And then Austin, I want you to read breathtaking and convenient.
Annual adjective. Yearly happens once every year or done every year. The school holds its science fair annually, showcasing students' projects and experiments each spring. Billowy adjective. Swelling as in waves, having large, soft, and smooth waves or swells. It often describes things like clouds, fabric, or smoke that move or appear in gentle waves. The billowy curtains swayed in the breeze.
Thank you. And Austin, can I have you read the last two for us?
Stunning, very beautiful. It takes your breath away. The sunset over the ocean was breathtaking, with vibrant colors painting the sky. Convenient, adjective, easy to reach or use, useful. Something that is easy to use, accessible, or fits well into one's needs, schedule, or circumstances. Online shopping is convenient for those with busy schedules.
Thank you so much. So annual is something that happens once every year or happens done every year. So, but it's pretty much saying once every year. Belowy is something that is, very, it like, let's, another word, let's say for belowy could be something, so there are synonyms there, so soft and smooth. So swells, it wouldn't, so like the swells wouldn't be like something that's like swelled on your hand where you see like a red bump or like a bump that's like strange on your hand. But belowy would be like something that's very, swaying, soft, smooth, something that's like, how do you describe it? So let's take a look at that sentence there. It says the billowy current swayed in the breeze. So like it's like either breeze is like a nice wind that goes through the curtains that makes it nice and wavy, which like puts a nice it gives it a nice look when you're looking at the curtain, for example. Um, I'll come back to that actually. So breathtaking is something that is, very beautiful, something that takes your breath away. Like you look at something and it's like, wow, that's so beautiful. So that's what breathtaking is. Convenient is something that is easy, something that's useful to use, that's easy, um, uh, that fits in your schedule, or you know something that's like easily accessible, meaning easy for you. That's something that's useful to you and helps you in that situation. So usually, obviously now, online shopping is much more convenient than going in store, because not everyone has a time to go to the mall anymore. Everyone is like busy on the roads, whether driving to work, picking up kids, going to school, going to like uh, piano lessons or swimming lessons or whatever activities you do. So because of that, most people do their shopping online, and that's convenient for them. Something that fits in their schedule is what that means. Now going back to Belowy, let me see. So something that is, I would say Belowy is like something that um, gives it like a swaying, more like smooth kind of motion, I would say, if that makes sense. Because when you're looking at a fabric, or if you're looking like so at a curtain, for example, or the waves, for example, in the ocean, it's a motion that's happening, and it's usually because of like either it's really like windy, and like you'll see like the sways of the ocean. I mean, sways of the waves in the ocean. So something that is like either it could be soft, smooth, sway. Another one is swells, and like full of even like waves. Like so, another word for waves is like curves as well. So especially in a curtain, like you'll see the swaying, and you can think of that like a curve, because it's like moving around in like a graceful kind of look. Okay, I hope that makes sense to you both. If you need me to explain more, I can. If it's difficult for you guys to write a sentence, try. You don't have to really explain in detail your sentence. You can just write a simple sentence for this. Okay? So again, you have 5 minutes to write a sentence, or sorry, a paragraph using all these words that we just learned. Okay, so April, I will correct your paragraph at the end of class. I just want to go over the last slide with the definitions before we end this class. So, April, I want you to go ahead and read the first two there, and Austin, you can read the last two.
Dense, thick, crowded, having things packed closely together or being difficult to see through or understand. The forest was dense, with tall trees blocking out much of the sunlight and creating a cool, shadowy atmosphere. Distant, adjective, far away in space or time, or emotionally separated or detached. He felt distant from his friends after moving to a new city.
Thank you so much. And Austin, the last two.
The door of the old lantern was made of polished ebony, giving it a majestic appearance. Genuine, adjective, real, not fake, honest. I appreciate your genuine concern for my well-being.
Thank you so much. So dense is something that is thick or it could be crowded. So in that sentence, you see that the forest is dense with tall trees. So there's so many tall trees in the forest. So because of that, it makes it hard for you to see like sun or um, anything in the forest, especially because in the forest, when there's so many trees, usually there's like, and if it's foggy day, it makes it hard for you to see if you're going through a forest. Okay, so it means something that is very, um, sorry, not very, something that is thick or something that is so close together, which makes it hard for you to see or understand. Distant, obviously, that means far away from either time, your emotions. You just want to be separated from others and to yourself. It could be from space. I mean, sorry, it can be either in like a city where your family might be living in another city than you. That could be like uh, the they're far away from you. Um, Now, ebony is something that is very deep in color. Oh, sorry, deep black, and is made of hard black wood. So that's what that is. And genuine means someone who is, so not someone, like anything, either a person, usually in person is when you would use genuine as a word. So something that is real, something that's not fake, and something, another word for genuine is someone who's honest. So they're not a liar, they're telling you the truth of how they're telling you the truth. So that's what genuine means. And before we end this class, I want you guys to, for your homework, to review and read all the slides from today and make sure you use these slides in your schoolwork or in your community. The exercises are listed there for you. Again, make sure you read the slide first, go over the slides, and then answer these questions. And then the answers are on the next slide. So then after, so you can check yourself to see, okay, like I understand this word. And then, use them in your schoolwork, use them at school. So the vocabulary, your words are there for you to use, um, so that you have a much more wider range of when it comes to your writing skills for words in the sentences that you write. Okay? Have a good weekend, everyone. I'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.